Hello, and welcome to this speed bag video training tape. My name is Kahn, and I'm the author of a book called The Speed Bag Bible. This is the only book ever published specifically about speed bag training. There's never been any information to tell you how to do this. So I wrote this book just to teach people like you how to use a speed bag. And I'm creating this video training tape for a couple of reasons. First, I really want you to experience firsthand the awesome sound and fury of the speed bag. You know, very seldom do people ever see the speed bag really hit like this. They see it usually in something to do with boxing, either a pre-fight interview or a boxing movie. And then they're just hitting it very basically from the front of the bag like that. That's about all you get. And also, doing a videotape allows me to really teach you how it works, to properly show you the techniques and how they're pieced together in combinations. And I'm really excited about doing this because it's really never been done before. And what I want to do over the course of this tape is just introduce you to the speed bag techniques and the basics of how to train with it. I'm going to be showing you 24 individual speed bag techniques and how they're pieced together very generally in combinations. So this is going to be a pretty long tape, and it's not going to go into any one thing in detail. Actually, I have an entire training series available of 4 tapes that will look at all of this information in certain blocks individually. So I just want to tell you, if you want to see any of the techniques with many, many more practice combinations than I'm going to demonstrate here, if you want that type of detailed information, then the 4-tape training series is there for you. And if you'll follow those 4 tapes through, you'll end up with complete speed bag mastery and control. Of course, that depends on your practice. All this really takes is knowledge and practice. Okay, so on this tape now, I'm going to give you all the basic knowledge, just the general technique methods and how we make combinations. If you'll practice, it's 20 to 30 minutes a day, 3 or 4 days a week. In about a month, you'll be hitting the speed bag incredibly well. Probably better than most people you know. Perhaps even like this. Isn't that awesome? And I guarantee you that's really not difficult. And if you'll use the information that I'm about to show you, then in about a month you'll be able to do most of that, if not all of it. And by the end of this tape, you'll be able to watch that bag and you will know the names of the individual techniques that I did, how I pieced them together in combinations. You'll be able to identify the different rhythms of the bag, and then better yet, in just a few weeks, you'll be able to do it too. But okay, I want to begin by talking generally about speed bag equipment. And this is just going to be very brief. Again, I'm not going to go into any great detail, but there's a couple of things I want you to know. After that, I'll be showing you how to adjust the bag to the proper position, basic swinging movements, and then I'll begin demonstrating the punching techniques. And this is pretty much a basic training tape. There's no high-tech compliments in there. What this is going to be basically is you sitting there watching as the viewer, and I'll have you put your hands up and follow me along, mimicking the movements. That's going to be real important, because as I stand here demonstrating the techniques, I'll show you the fist contact points, how the bag reacts, and let you listen to the rhythm. And that's the most important thing, is hearing. You'll learn faster by hearing than any other method, generally on speed bag. And I'll show you a good bit of this in real time, just general speed here as it happens, and then occasionally go to slow motion. In slow motion, I'll show you from this side view and occasionally from underneath, which is a very unique way to see how the bag, elbows, and fists interact. As I'm going through this, if you'll have your hands up, mimicking what I'm doing, and you might look strange sitting there in the room swinging away. and hear that sound, da-da-da-da-da, making the rhythm, then when you go to your bag, you'll have the muscle memory of doing the movements. Because if you don't have the tape right there with you, and you probably won't, you're going to be thinking, now what did he do? How did he do that? You won't have to worry about it. You'll know how to do it. And you'll have the sound in your head because you'll hear that as I'm demonstrating. So you'll take the muscle memory of the movements, you'll take the sound. Then when you get to your bag, all you have to do is piece those together with timing, and that will depend on the size of your bag. So that'll make it real easy for you. So I really encourage you to follow along with me and do the movements. Well, okay, that's enough of an introduction. I'm tired of talking about that. Let's get started. Now, I want to begin very quickly on a few points about equipment. Now, if you have your speed bag equipment, I wouldn't fast forward yet because you might learn something that can help you either shut down and stop all of the maintenance problems you might have. Okay, because the biggest problem you're going to have with speed bag equipment is actually going to be vibration. Most of the time, that's what causes your problem. Okay, you got three pieces of equipment to hit the speed bag. You have the board, you have a swivel, and you have the bag. The most important thing, though, about the board, if it attaches to a wall like this unit does, be sure that your vertical mount units here are attached to the studs. The sheetrock itself won't hold. Make sure this is bolted into the studs. When you attach your board to this, make sure that everything is really cranked down good and tight because you don't want any vibration. Now, you're probably going to end up with an economy size board, which is going to be 24-inch board, most likely made of press wood. That's going to be okay. It'll hold up. But if you do get one of those lighter weight boards, like this one, by the way, what I suggest you do is give it some first aid and help it out by attaching some plywood, 3/4 inch or 5/8, to the top to make it heavier. And you can see that right here. You see the black board, and over the top you see a piece of plywood. Well, that plywood helps make the board a little heavier and absorb the vibration. It makes it quieter, and most people want a quiet speed bag area. And it helps resist any rattle, and rattle will actually kill the rebounds of your bag. Okay, so you want to get that board where it doesn't move. Alright, if you want to make your own board, by the way, use a good hardwood. I wouldn't use presswood or plywood. They're really not the best material to use. I would use a good hardwood. Okay, and have it at least 24 inches in diameter. Swivel is the middle part. The best swivels come in two parts. Okay, you're going to have a base unit that attaches to the board, and you have a bottom unit that attaches to the bag and then screws in to the part on the board. The part for the board is going to be one of the biggest sites of problems if you don't do this one thing I'm going to tell you. Bolt it to the wood. Don't use screws. The holes are big enough. Usually you can take a 1/4 inch drill, drill it all the way through, and use bolts. That will eliminate any problems of that base unit coming loose from the screws working loose. Okay, so just stop that problem right now. Secondly is the second piece that attaches to the bag. When you screw that in with the threads, have yourself a pair of vice grips and just crank it down, not real tight, but just tight enough that as you're punching, it won't become unscrewed. Because if that thing becomes loose, you can hit the bag as hard as you can and it just won't go anywhere. Because the vibration and shimmy in the swivel is just stopping it. And I guarantee you, if you're hitting the bag someday and you're thinking, man, I can't get the thing to go, what's wrong? Look up at your swivel. Something's loose, I guarantee you. And occasionally that happens to me. I'll be hitting along and I'm thinking, man, I just don't have it today. And I'll see my swivel's come loose. Now, if you use a ball hook, and there's different types of swivels that connect to the bag, and it doesn't really matter, that's personal preference which one you have. If you use a ball hook like I have here, by the way, the ball hook is the noisiest swivel. A lot of the rebound here is that swivel. A lot of the sound is the swivel. But I like the sound because I teach by it. And it's important for you, it helps you hear what happens because that metal hitting actually amplifies it. But if I have this thing cranked down pretty tight, I have to oil that ball occasionally because it starts squeaking, which is very annoying. To oil the ball, I recommend you don't unthread this because you really risk stripping the threads in there. So what I would do, what I suggest you do, put a few drops of oil on your hand, on your finger, just raise it back and touch it up on that ball. That'll shut down your squeaking. Okay, just make sure your swivel's all pulled up good and tight. And another thing here on the bag, I'm not sure if you can see it from there, with the ball hook, I put a piece of silver tape here, like duct tape. I put that up there to be sure that if I miss-hit, the bag doesn't fly off the hook at the bottom. Okay, that's just a little safety feature. Now the next part is the speed bag. The speed bag, the most important thing though about bags is they come in different sizes, many different sizes. The most important thing in choosing the speed bag is choosing the size that's right for you. If you're a beginner, I suggest you get at least an 11 by 8 bag. I'm going to put one of those up in just a minute. Because if you use a bag that's too small, forget about the name speed bag. This is a control bag. And again, if you have a bag that's this size, it's going to be very difficult to learn on. So stay with a bag that's about 11 by 8 or a little bit larger. Okay, that's going to be the most important thing. Now, if you want to get more power and strength in your shoulders, you can use a heavier bag. It takes more power and more punch to keep that going. But be aware, if you use a longer, heavier bag, be sure that it doesn't come past the end of your board. Most of the larger speed bags, you need a board that's bigger than 24 inches. You'll be standing under the board and this bag can come past the end. It's not really a dangerous situation, but you want to avoid it because it's hard on the board. If the surface that hits the belly of the bag smashes past the end of the board, that's going to really do some damage to your board over time. And remember, you're going to have thousands and thousands of rebounds here. Okay? Just be sure you pick a bag that is the proper size for you. And another thing, last thing about bags, is there's an air bladder in here. Once you blow it up, I wouldn't keep letting the air out, because every time you put a needle into that air valve in the bottom of the bag, you risk having a problem with that valve. And that's the most aggravating thing in the world, is as you hit, the air comes out the bottom. Once you blow it up once, leave it inflated. You really don't need to take the air out. And if you don't have a gauge to tell you how much air to put in, and most people don't, just lightly squeeze the bag. You should feel some give to it. And when you hit it, you'll feel it give just a little bit. Okay, that's going to be very important. Because remember, again, your hands are going to hit this thousands of times. Now, if you have a bag that's too small for you, like if you're using an 8x5 like this, and you just can't keep it going, it's just too fast for you, you could just let a little air out of it. Make it just a little bit mushier. That'll slow it down for you. The one thing you don't want to do is hit an overinflated bag. For two reasons. Number one, it feels like a brick on your hand. Man, it really hurts after a while. Number two, you risk blowing the excess air out the bottom of that valve and damaging the valve. So go ahead and blow it up to the proper amount, then leave it inflated. Okay, the last thing I want to say about equipment is hand protection. Now, I'm not using protection on this tape so you can better see the fist movements and how they connect on the bag. I'll be pointing out some features on the hand as I'm hitting. And also, it's kind of hard to see for 2 hours of me swinging with big clubbed hands. But you do want to use hand protection. Whether you use gloves or what I use is hand wraps is really a matter of personal preference. If you use gloves, just one tip, if you're a weightlifter, don't use your weightlifting gloves. Okay? 2 reasons why. First of all, as you're punching, making that fist, they're going to keep pulling down on your hand and dig into the webbing in your hand. You're always going to be pulling them halfway off. That happens with weightlifting a lot also. But the worst thing about those gloves, when you're hitting, their seams usually fall on the contact surfaces that meet the bag. The large knuckle of the little finger, large knuckle of the index finger, right across the front here. These knuckles make thousands of contact on the bag. If there's a seam across that surface, you can get by 15, 20 punches, no big deal. But after a couple of hundred punches, you're going to notice more that my hand hurts. It's the seam digging in every time the bag hits it. So I'd save my weightlifting gloves for weightlifting. If you really want hand protection, I recommend you get hand wraps. Because the most important thing about hand protection is the bones in your hand. You ever have somebody shake your hand, they grab you from the side and they just crank down? Man, that hurts. There's no support sideways to your hand. And when I'm doing this on the bag, I'm hitting the sides of the hand. So that's very important, and I want support there. Gloves won't give me that support, but hand wraps will. So you want to get some hand wraps, wrap them tightly around the palm of the hand. Don't pull them real tight, but just enough to offer a little support to those bones. Then cover the surface of the knuckles all the way down past these middle knuckles. And you can wrap the excess up around your wrist and your arm. You'll be ready to go. Okay? So that you just want to be sure and protect your hands. And the most important thing you can do for your hands and the bag is never hit with jewelry on. Take off your wedding rings, take off your watches. And don't let anybody hit your bag with jewelry on. Just tell them, you want to hit my bag, take your jewelry off. Because one cut on this leather, and then after a couple of hundred punches, the cut will go the whole length of the bag. Your bag is ruined. And these bags should last a lifetime. But if you cut the leather, you might as well throw it away. So go ahead and be sure about your jewelry. Okay, that's really all I have to say about equipment. I want to go on to showing you how to use it. I'm going to start out by changing bags. Okay, I've changed here to an 11 by 8 bag. It's a lot easier for you to see. It's a lot slower. Okay, and it'll be a lot easier to actually see the movements and pick up the actual sounds and rhythm that you need. Okay, the first thing you want to do speed bag is get the bag adjusted to the proper position. This is very, very important. You want to have the belly of the bag, which is the fattest part. On this bag, it's actually even to the label name, right about at your mouth level, because the basic stance in speed bag is going to be standing with your arms anchored at your chin. And from this position, notice my elbow is up just about parallel. That's important. At this position here, it brings the fist right to the corner of the mouth. I lay them up on the belly of the bag. This is one of the most important things you can do, and actually, if you don't have it adjusted to the right position, you can really retard your progress. Specifically, if you're going to hit the way that I demonstrate, because when we want to push this fist straight through to the other side and back, this, the bag has to be at the right height. If we're too high or too low, it just won't work. Okay, I'm going to start out with a couple of swing faults also. When I'm swinging, I'm actually swinging into the bag, making small movements this way. Here. You don't want to be doing this up and down that way, and you don't want to be doing giant swinging this way. Okay, it's two of the biggest problems I see with people swinging, because they just make too much movement. Okay, once you get the bag to the proper position here, and we get in the proper stance, I want to start out with 4 techniques from the front of the bag. Now, I just showed you a couple of swing faults, and usually those faults occur on this very first basic type of punch. It's going to be what's called the front circle punch. Now, the names of these techniques are names that I created because there was no names for the movements that I'm doing that I could find. So I wanted to create names that could actually tell you what's happening in the technique. So the names that I'm going to be using are names that I developed that will tell you the side of the bag that's being hit, or the fist movement that's being used, and eventually the direction of the elbow movement. And there's a purpose for every name that I'm going to use. Okay? I'm going to start out with the front circle punch. Front circle punch hits from the front of the bag. It's a circling movement. Very small motion, this way. Okay? Hitting the belly of the bag straight in, making a small circle. This fist only travels actually from about nose to chest. That's what I want. Any more movement than that is a waste of movement, and it's a waste of time, and I can't get the bag going as fast if I make too large of a swing. Okay, the first thing you hear from this circle punch movement is the rhythm. I call that the triplet rhythm. And you can count this, and counting is important. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And one of the best things about learning the bag is only hit as fast as you can count. You'll quickly hit faster than you can count, believe me. But if you only hit as fast as you can count, you'll be exercising good control and drilling that sound into your head, because you really want to pick up on these sounds. This first punch is really accented. You hear 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the front circle punch. The 3 count is used because after 3 rebounds, the bag is in the perfect position to be hit again. You can use 5 if 3 is too fast, by the way. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. Okay? And you'll quickly try to move to 3. And notice that the bag is angled back here when I hit it. And I'm making contact over the large knuckle of the little finger. Okay, so that's on the side of the hand. Now again, notice I'm not doing this, hitting up here, and I'm not making a giant swing here. Actually, the giant swing is caused more by the front straight punch, which is the next technique. Going to hit here, the front of the fist, right across the front of the last 3 knuckles here, little finger, ring finger, and middle finger, here. Straight punch, straight punch, straight punch, straight. And the nice thing about the straight punch is that after I throw the straight punch here, I'm in perfect position to make a circle punch with the same fist. Okay, so from this angle, I'm going to go right straight punch, right circle punch, left straight punch, left circle punch, right, 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 left, left, right, right. Now what this is called the basic rhythm. It's composed of the front straight punch and the front circle punch. The basic rhythm is the home rhythm that everything starts from and goes to. Okay, so you really need to learn these 2 techniques and this movement first before you do anything else. Right here. Left straight, left circle. Right straight, right circle. Right, right, left, left. And you can mix these together. You can do several circle punches with one fist here. Then change with the straight punch. Okay, here. Mix those together. It's called the basic rhythm. And you want to really practice those 2 techniques and get them down. Now the next technique I'm going to do is called the front double punch. What I'm going to do here is join 2 front circle punches together. Circle punch was here, here. Now instead of doing this, with 3 rebounds, I'm going to join them together with 1 rebound. Here. The secret to this is making one movement. Now, it's not 2 separate fist motions. We'll really have to make one smooth movement. The bag hits the lead fist, rebounds into the second fist. I'm not placing this fist on the bag. The bag automatically rebounds into the second fist. And the secret is the distance between the fists. The biggest problem people do with the front double punch is they go like this. They'll throw the second fist into it thinking they have to hurry up. Okay, my fist went blasting past the bag. One movement. And very simply, you'll see that this lead fist, if I hit left, right, now the right is the lead fist. Okay, so I went left, right, right, left. Most of the time, when you hit a double fist technique like the front double punch, the second fist will always return to make a punch on the bag. Either as a single fist, left, right, right, or it can also lead another double fist technique. Left, right, right, left. I did another front double punch. One quick combination with the double punch that you want to practice. I'm going to do 3 things here. Double punch, single punch, single punch. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Okay, there's 2 single punches in between that double punch. Now I'm going to use 1 single punch. Left, right, 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 left, left. Now I'm just going to continuously double punch. Left, right, right, left. Okay, now I'm going to do all those 3 together. 2 single punches, 1 single punch, continuous. Okay, front double punch. Those are 3 techniques from the front of the bag, and they all occur in the triplet rhythm. Now the next technique is the most exciting technique. Everybody loves this one. It's called front fist rolling. Here. Now what I'm doing is rolling my fists over each other. What I have here, from the basic stance, I overlap them just slightly and create a V pocket by leaning forward, pulling the fist up under the chin, and I have my fist actually inside the elbow. I want to create kind of a V here. What that allows me to do is to lock the bag in that V. And if I happen to miss-hit it on the fist, I won't lose control of it. Okay, from here. There's a lot of control in this technique. I can walk all around with this. Here, back this way. Now, most people are afraid of this technique, but you don't have to be, because my fist is protecting my face. Okay? This isn't going to hurt me here. Now, the way that you judge the right distance is really a matter of preference. Some people, when they hit the bag, they stand way back. Well, when I hit, I don't like to stand way back, because eventually I want to put my fist to the other side. If I'm standing way back, I can't do that. That's why I appear to be pretty close under here. But with time, you'll know how much room you have to not get hit. And occasionally I do get hit. And most of the time when it happens, I don't move back fast enough from a reverse technique or from this technique. When I'm rolling, when I stop rolling, I need to move back to give this bag, again, room to rebound. Okay, but if you're in the roll, don't worry about mis-hitting. As long as your fists are up, you're protected. Okay, from here, it can't get to me here. Okay, and if you want to make your roll faster, a little secret here, lean in. When you lean in, look at the distance between the bag and the board. When I lean in, I make that distance smaller. I can go faster without using any more power. It's one of the secrets of speed bag. Okay. Now that's 4 techniques from the front of the bag. And I want to show you real quick how to get in and out of fist rolling. Because when you're going this way, how do you start? Well, if I'm going to start this roll with circle punch, I'm going to start it with my right fist. It's going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on that odd count, my right fist is on the bag again. Okay, because it hits on 1, 3, and 5. We'll start with the right fist, and then end with the right fist. Just count to 5. Do this very simply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you're right-handed, what you immediately want to do is start using the left fist. Hit 5, starting and ending with the opposite fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then kick into using an even number of rebounds. Go to 6. Start with the right, end with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing. Now, you're not going to be counting like this all the time, but what I'm showing you is a way to learn how to become equally proficient with both hands and how to learn to get in and out of the fist roll. And you'll tell yourself, after 5, you got to move back. Now, fist rolling is one of those techniques where you can actually practice it a little faster, because by the nature of this technique, I have found you have to be very good on a speed bag. You have to have a lot of control to roll slowly. Okay? I've been doing this a while, so I can roll pretty slowly. Here. That's very hard for a beginner to do. It's a little bit easier, because what's going to happen, what I just did there, is you're going to clank your fist together. What's easier to do is to start rolling in this way. Just move into the bag. Or you can hit it 3 times with your right fist, then start to roll. 1, 2, 3, roll. Then move back. Okay? If you lose count when you're rolling, don't worry about it. If you're right hand dominant, when your right hand hits, just move back. But then immediately move to your left hand. Now, the reason why you want to do that is if you become a one-handed bag puncher, all you do is lead every technique and every combination with the same fist. For instance, front double punch, if you're right-handed, it's a lot easier to do this with a left lead and then a right fist, because that's your power punch. But you don't always want to do your double punch with a left-hand lead. You want to become equally proficient, so make yourself change combinations. Those are the 4 techniques from the front of the bag. Now let's look at the techniques from behind the bag. There's 3 reverse punching techniques. We have reverse single punch here. From a reverse, just a single punch. It's going to be a circling movement here. The best way to do this is lean to the side from here. Just kind of lean over to the side, extend your fist straight out, flex from the bicep here, circle. Notice this is parallel again, here. Hear that rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because every reverse punch is coming from the back of the bag, okay? Now one thing about movement, body movement here, I said lean to the side. In this particular close-up angle, I can't show you the legs how I'm moving. But basically, when I'm punching, if you don't think about your leg motion, it'll occur naturally. The one thing you don't want to do is stand here rooted in concrete. You want to flow naturally. Usually when you do a straight punch with, you say, your right fist, as you punch, your right shoulder comes in, your right knee bends in. As you circle punch with your right fist, the right leg will straighten. Left fist, left knee bends, left circle punch, left knee straightens. So I'm moving in and out, flowing like this. But don't really concentrate too much on that. It'll happen automatically. For the reverse punch, I don't have to go to the side of the bag. But I want to because it gives me a little clearance. From this angle here, if I hit the bag from behind, hit me in the nose. If I lean to the side, it comes up this way. My face is out of the way. Now I can't lean for this next technique. The next technique from behind the bag is the reverse double punch. It's like this. From here, both fists behind the bag. Notice one fist is behind the other. I have a lead fist and a second fist. Lead fist is the right fist. Right, left. Then I recircle to the back. Left, right. Right, left, left, right. And we can do the same combination with this double punch, that reverse double punch I do with the front. Left, right, left, 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 right, right, right. Let the second fist continue. And you can play with that to where you can do continuous reverse double punching this way. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Hitting from here. Okay. That's the reverse double punch. The third and last technique from behind the bag is what's called reverse fist rolling. This way. Lean back on this one. Give yourself room. Now, actually, I'm not rolling my fist over each other. The hard part of these reverse techniques is you're going to be blind to that point, so you have to kind of feel for the belly where you're going to hit. Okay, when from behind, I'm not overlapping this way. What I'm really doing is more or less chopping. And I can see that when I'm hitting from here. I can see my fist. I can't see the contact, but I can see it actually swinging underneath this way. And the same thing happens here. Count 5, right fist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right to right. Now start with the right and with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the same rule applies for the reverse roll that applies for the front roll. Just remember, for the reverse double punch and reverse fist roll, you have to lean back. Okay, that's 7 techniques. 4 from the front, 3 from the back. Now the secret to doing these is linking the fists, linking the combinations, the techniques together from the front and the back. And I call passing the fist through the bag. That's what you have to do. And I call that linking. I'm always talking about linking. I'm going to be linking these techniques together to create non-stop combinations. This is how it works. I'm doing a circle punch. I want to go to a reverse single punch. Now I'm there. Reverse single punch, the front circle punch. Here. Basic rhythm. Circle punch. Circle punch. Okay. Reverse single, front circle. Straight through. First thing your ears tell you is the rhythm's changed. And I went from the triplet beat to what's called the double bounce rhythm. What's happening is the bag is only rebounding twice. I'm hitting the bag, 1, 2, and I hit it again. The second rebound is very soft. So what you really hear is every other beat is accented because that's where the fist is. Fist, loud, soft. Fist, loud, soft. You can count that as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 this way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you can just count the fist contacts. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it sounds faster in the double bounce rhythm because we've chopped off that third rebound. And every other beat in this double bounce rhythm is accented, is louder. In the triplet rhythm, you have a loud strike, then you have two soft ones. Loud, soft, soft. Loud, soft, soft. Loud, soft, soft. So it sounds a lot slower than this double bounce. But one of the amazing things about this is I'm using the same power in my hand. I'm not punching any harder when I do this. It just sounds faster. That's just one of the tricks of the sound of the bag. Now, how am I passing my fist through? Very simply, that is a reaction to the contact point on the bag and the arm position. Here's how it works. I'm here. I hit the bag when it's angled back in this way, okay? Very important point that I'm hitting the bottom, the belly of the bag. That's what allows me to go through, and the arm is straight. At this point, the bag hits the fist, goes to the board. While it's up here on the board, my fist passes straight through. I only have to extend about a half a foot. The bag will drop over the top of my hand. Okay, so I haven't fished my hand underneath. This is what I see people do all the time. They'll watch me do this and they'll go to the bag and try to duck their hand under. Well, that won't work because what happens is you're swinging down, not through, and then down here you have to stop and make a U-turn and swing up from behind. That's a very inefficient way to do it. It'll never work that way. What I'm doing is hitting the bag. The highest part of my circle punch is right here, straight through, then I hit straight back. Watch this, straight through, straight through. Notice here, I can actually have people that I'm teaching do this. I'll stand behind them and I'll hold their elbows up so they can't let them down. And they'll go right through. Now you can do this with a single fist, as I just did, or with a double fist, this way. Okay? Just like that. Now, the most important thing from this is to realize that the key to the double fist, the front double punch, you have a lead fist, you have a second fist, and you have both fists. All three of those options, lead fist, second fist, both, can always pass through the bag. Here's how it works. Lead fist, left, right. I'm going to let the lead fist go through, which is a left fist. Here. Now, a few minutes ago I mentioned I do a front double punch with two circle punch fist positions. You can do it with a front circle punch, front straight punch position here. This way, this way. Okay? It's easier to link a fist through using the front circle punch position this way. Because if I use a straight punch fist position, I can't really push the fist through. It's in the way. So when you hit a straight punch, you'll hit it, you have to let the elbow angle to the side to go through. Straight punch here, see what happens, okay? Straight punch here, see what happens. Now when I let the lead fist go through of the double punch, this way, the most important thing to notice is a constant fist order. Left fist, right fist, then after two rebounds, the left fist. Okay, same thing here. Right, left, right, right, left, right. You're continuously hitting every rotating fist. Left, right, left, right. If I let the second fist go through, I'm going to change this. And this is where you want to have that circle punch fist position. From here, left fist hits, the right fist is going to go through. I don't want it to be in a straight punch, I want this to be in a circle punch. Left, right, right. So when the second fist goes through, that fist will hit twice in a row. Watch this, okay? Right, 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 left, left, right, 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 left, 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 right, right. The right fist hit twice in a row. Okay? And notice that I also alternated the fist. Second fist goes through. I'm going to go right, left. Left will go through. Now my fists have automatically changed position so that now the left that went through is the lead fist. I will left, right, right. Notice, left fist to the back, right fist to the back. Okay? So lead fist, same fist, and alternate fist contacts. Second fist, you will change the fist that goes through, and that fist will hit twice in a row. Now I don't have to bring the fist straight back, by the way. I can go like this, keep it there. And I can push both fists through the bag. Okay? Now, the easiest way to learn how to link the fist through, if you're having problems doing this, most people start from the front, and they do fine because they have control of the front. You can see the contact point. Then they get behind and they miss. So you'll stand here and you go, and then you won't know what to do. You'll hesitate. To stop that hesitation, learn how to do this starting from the reverse side. Do a reverse single punch, hit it, and bring your fist right to your chest. Okay? From here, hit it, bring it right to your chest. Then after 4 rebounds, do this softly, hit the bag slowly and softly. Hit the bag from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. Straight out, straight in, straight through, straight back. Start from the reverse side of the bag. Might be a little bit easier. It's just a little tip to help you pick this up a little bit quicker. I have found that if you do it that way, it's a lot faster to pick this up than to go from to try to learn from the front and go to the back. Same thing with the reverse techniques. Start with the reverse double punch here. Pull both fists through, then back. Make sure you keep the elbows up too. Okay, that's linking. Now you can link from a fist roll. From here too. When I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just make sure, count to 5. Let that right fist go straight through to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And when you get a little control of fist rolling, now don't do this until you get good control of reverse fist rolling. Try to do it from the reverse roll to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Same thing. But be sure you have control of that because you got a lot of things going on here. You got the fist hitting, you got the lean back, you got the fist coming to the front with the bag. So don't try that until you have good control of fist rolling. Save yourself the bonk in the nose here. Okay, now there's one last thing I want to show you about linking, and that is when I pass a fist through the bag. To this point, we've always had both fists on either the back or the front, okay, and moving one way or the other. Now I'm going to show you what I call the split fist. A split fist combination. I'm going to be doing a reverse single punch and a front straight punch. But my fists are on separate sides of the bag. Now this happens in the double bounce rhythm. One of the best ways to get into this is start from a single fist linking through here. Okay? Now instead of hitting with my left fist in front of the bag, I'm just going to replace it with my right fist in the front straight punch position. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like this. Notice what I'm doing is kind of rowing here. Boom, 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 boom. Double bounce rhythm. From this angle. Okay. Now, how do you get into the split fist? Well, you can get into the split fist a couple of different ways. Let the lead fist of a front double punch hit and go to the back. Now again, what happened? I hit left, right, left. And after 2 rebounds, I maintained that constant fist order of left, right, left. Left, right, left. Here. Okay? From this angle, I'll use my left fist again. left, right, left. You can let the second fist of this double fist, and again, the double fist is where everything, all the secrets to speed bag control really come off these double fist techniques. The double fist, I'll let the second fist split to the back. Okay? Now what happened? The right fist hit the front of the bag in the double punch, and then it hit in the back of the bag for 2 rebounds, after 2 rebounds. So that fist hit twice in a row. So when you let the second fist of this front double punch split to the back, it hits twice in a row, just like this. Now, we just did that when we linked the fist through this way. Okay? The only difference is now I'm leaving it back there. Okay, so don't let this confuse you. Look at the difference. One way it went to the back, it came to the front. Now I'm going to the back and I'm leaving it there. Okay, I'm now in the split fist position. Now, how do I get out of this? There's several ways you can do it. From here, you can just drop one fist. You can drop the fist out of the front. Well, that went back to the triplet beat because every punch came from the back. Or drop the backhand. Same thing, I go to the triplet rhythm because every punch now came from the front. Or I can let one or the other fist continue passing through the bag. From here, I'll drop the front hand, backhand goes. Now I'm going to drop the backhand and let the front hand go. Now I was in front straight punch position, so remember I'm here this way. I have to hit. Let the elbow go to the side a little bit and change the hand to the side position. Circle punch here. Circle punch position. Okay? Now I can also let the lead fist go to the back and to create a double punch here or fist roll. And I can let the back fist come to the front, same thing. Double punch, fist roll. Before we go to slow motion, let me crank out a little combination here. You follow along and try to name the techniques as I do them. Circle punch, straight punch, front double punch, fist roll. From the front, fist roll from the back, reverse double punch, reverse single punch. Split fist. Okay. With 4 in between. I hope you picked up that little cadence I threw in there for you. Here it is again, real quick. Okay, rolling. Start over. Now I do it from the other side. Start over again. Little drum cadence in there. Okay, now let's see some of those combinations, slow motion. Starting from the front of the bag with the basic rhythm, the circle punch and straight punch. We have a circle punch. Notice how it hits the side of the fist. And a straight punch hits the front of the fist. This is a right circle punch and a left straight punch. Now we have the front double punch. Notice how it hits the sides of the fist and the front fist roll. Again, the bag is contacting the side of the fist. Techniques behind the bag: reverse single punch, reverse double punch, and the most difficult of the 7 techniques we've had so far, reverse fist rolling. Here's a different view of reverse rolling. Now we'll look at linking, starting with a single fist, passing straight through the bag, hitting the belly, going straight through, and reverse single punch, hits directly behind the bag. Now linking a single fist from a front double punch, starting with the lead fist. It hits, goes straight through to the back of the bag. Now the second fist will pass through, left, right, and the right goes through to the reverse punching position. Now we'll see a double fist pass through, front double punch in the front, straight through, reverse double punch in the back. Now we'll see a double fist pass through from front fist rolling to reverse fist rolling. Front fist roll, both fists pass straight through to the reverse fist roll. And finally, we'll see a split fist combination from a front double punch with the lead fist passing through to the reverse punching position for a front straight punch, reverse single punch, split fist combination. You can get an excellent speed bag workout with just those 7 techniques. Now what I'm going to do now is begin showing you the different elbow striking techniques. So we're going to start working from the elbows. There's 12 elbow striking techniques. I'm going to start out by learning how to name the elbow strikes. The elbow strikes are named primarily by the direction of the elbow movement into the speed bag. Okay, the bag is in the center of our body. So the center of the body, everything moves when we're punching either from the outward area into the center of the body or starts in the center of the body and moves outward. The circle punch starts in the center of the body actually and swings and makes an outward motion here. The front straight punch starts out here by the fist, by the shoulder, and moves into the center. So you have an outward motion and an inward. The elbow strikes will follow this. I'm going to start with the outward elbow strikes. How I'm going to create this is bring the elbow, the point of the elbow, to the center of the chest. More importantly, to the center of the bag. Okay, I'll use my left fist, bring my left fist under my right ear. I'm going to bring this part of the wrist actually right under my right ear. This is going to bring the point of my elbow into the center of the bag. And from here, I'm going to circle from the shoulder, not an elbow motion, circle from the shoulder and drive the point of my elbow here on the bicep side into the center of the bag. So here. Okay? It's an outward elbow strike. Here. And I call that an outward single elbow strike. Single because only one part, the elbow, hits the bag. And also you hear that one accented sound. And this makes a sound very much like the other punches. Okay, you have circle punch, elbow strike, outward single elbow strike, this way. Now I'll create the outward double elbow strike using 2 parts, that's where the double comes from, by allowing the fist of the same arm to follow the elbow into the bag. Now this is a no-brainer type of movement. I just circle from the shoulder, the elbow hits the bag, and the bag automatically rebounds into the fist. The worst thing you can try to do here is place your fist on the bag. It won't work that way. I'm going to go this way. Circling from the shoulder. Circling from the shoulder. Elbow, bag rebounds to the fist. Okay, and the bag is going to hit the fist on the same area that the front circle does, front circle punch. Now, the secret to doing this is me being sure to keep the elbow up after the elbow hits. I don't want to hit and drop this elbow down. There's no punch down here, okay? I want to keep it up this way. Straight punch, outward double elbow strike, now straight punch. Now, I just did an outward double elbow strike and a straight punch with 3 rebounds. Okay? Now I'm going to join those together with 1 rebound in between and create the outward triple elbow strike. 3 parts. Elbow, fist, fist. Okay? Now I want to show you one last thing about the outward double. When you hit it, you don't have to keep this arm flexed in on your bicep here. When your elbow hits, you can extend it just a little bit. Don't extend it too far. Because what can happen, when you hit, if you extend it too far, you can actually come up here on the swivel. And also, you can actually move your fist in too close to the bag and trap it up here. You don't want to do that either. So just extend it a little bit. Okay, now the outward triple elbow strike, this way. All we've done, and this is how the speed bag works, is we take techniques we already know how to do and mix them together to create new techniques. What I've just done is join a front double punch with an elbow. So you could say a single elbow strike and a double punch. Or you could say the outward double elbow strike and a front straight punch. You can view this last technique either way. But the beautiful part about that is all I'm doing is joining movements that you have already learned. Okay, so this triple elbow strike is just joining things that you've already seen. And every combination you can do with a double punch will now work with this technique, because after the elbow hits, you've got the double punch. So you have the same linking options: lead fist, second fist, both. Okay, so I'll show you linking with these techniques. The outward double elbow strike, straight through. At the point that the fist hits the bag, it's nothing more than a front circle punch. Here, elbow, fist through. Okay? Split the fist from that, sure. Okay? Outward triple elbow strike. Lead fist through, this way. Notice, same fist through, just like the front double punch. Same fist. Now, second fist, we'll rotate the fist here. And both fists. When I link both fists through, I have the choice: double punch or reverse roll. This way, double punch, roll. Doesn't make any difference. Split the fists from the outward triple elbow strike, no problem. Here. Okay? Like I said, anytime you have a double punch technique, double fist, you have the same motions as that double punch, always. Okay, that's the outward elbow strikes. I'm going to quickly move now to the inward elbow strikes. From this position, the inward motion of the front straight punch, I just take the fist out and let the elbow make the contact. Here, inward single elbow strike. There's continuity here. Outward single, now an inward single. Tells you exactly what's happening. Inward single elbow strike. Now this is an awkward motion because you're coming in here and you're rotating your body. And if you're not careful, you rotate too far out of position. This angle. So the best technique to recover from after this inward motion is actually an outward elbow motion. So I'm going to do an inward single elbow strike and an outward single elbow strike. It's easier to do this technique actually on a moving bag. It's very difficult to just walk up here and do that. So establish the rhythm by hitting it a few times. Tell yourself how many times, by the way. Don't try to anticipate, because you'll stand here and do 20 punches and never throw that elbow technique. So tell yourself three fist punches, then the elbow. 1, 2, 3, kick. Alright? 1, 2, 3, start inward, outward, inward, outward. And what this does is start teaching you how to move, rotating your elbows around. There's a lot of movement here. You want to learn how to do this and not waste a lot of motion. You don't want to end up rocking way out of position. And with the fists, when you're swinging with the fist, try to keep everything, by the way, in your shoulder area. All your fist motions here, you want to try to keep in this area right here. Okay, that's the inward single elbow strike. The inward double elbow strike, I'm going to allow the fist of the same arm to join in the movement, but it's going to be in front of the elbow. So a second ago, I just front straight punch, I took it out and let the elbow hit. Now I'm going to put that fist back in. Fist, elbow. Get it going. Okay, same thing. This way. Inward double elbow strike. This is a very awkward motion. Now the inward triple elbow strike is going to go fist, fist, elbow. One rebound in between. Okay, here. This elbow. In this angle. Okay. Timing is of the essence on that one. But here again, what do you have? You can look at this as a front circle punch and an inward double elbow strike, or you can look at it as a front double punch with a inward single elbow strike. Your joining techniques you already know how to do. Now again, the secret is the distance between the fists here and apart. Okay, outward triple, inward triple. Mixing those together. It's easy to show you linking from the inward elbow strikes because they don't exist. The last part of this technique is an elbow, so you can't pass anything through the bag. The only thing you can do is come from a reverse punch to an inward elbow strike. From here on 2 rebounds, here, like that, or 4, or I can come to an inward triple elbow strike. Here, like that, or look at this one, outward triple, reverse double punch, inward. Here, bum, 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 bum. All right. The inward elbow strikes. This is a good time to pause for a second and look at this in slow motion. We'll begin with a combination of a front fist roll and have both fists pass to the back for reverse double punch, then return to the front to lead the inward triple elbow strike, fist, fist, elbow. Now we'll see a triple elbow striking combination of the inward triple elbow strike, followed after 3 rebounds by the outward triple elbow strike. Elbow, fist, fist. And here from a slightly different angle, we'll see a reverse single punch passing through to lead the outward triple elbow strike, with the second fist passing through to the back of the bag, then returning to lead another outward triple, elbow, fist, fist, and both fists passing through for reverse double punch. Now for a different view underneath the bag, we see the setup for the outward triple elbow strike, elbow, fist, fist, and this second fist passes through to reverse single punch. Now the setup for another outward triple elbow strike, and both fists will pass through for reverse double punch and return to the front for a front double punch. Now we'll see a double elbow striking combination, the outward double elbow strike, elbow fist, and after 3 rebounds, the inward double elbow strike. The fist hits in front straight punch position, the elbow, followed by another outward double elbow strike, but this time the fist links through to reverse single punch and passes again to the front. And finally, we'll see a fist rolling sequence. Front fist roll. You see how the fists noticeably roll over the top of each other. And these will pass through to a reverse fist roll where they seem to move next to each other. Let's move on quickly now to the downward elbow strikes. This is a very original technique type of downward movement because I've really never seen many people do this before. We go here outward, now here inward. Now from this position, if I raise the arm up, I can bring the elbow down into the bag. Okay? And we're going to have the same feature. Downward single, downward double, downward triple. Downward single, up, in. This is actually an inward movement as it replaces the front straight punch. Anytime I could do a front straight punch, I could do an inward elbow strike. Now I can do a downward elbow strike. Downward single elbow strike. Downward, outward, inward, outward, downward. Flowing combination there. Okay, a couple of things about the downward movement now that you want to be aware of. When you bring your fist up in this position and bring that elbow down here, this is another reason why you want this bag adjusted in the proper position. If I'm too high and the bag is too low for me, if I'm looking up here at the laces, I get to this position, I can very easily hit my hand into the board. You don't want to do that, okay? And also, if I come in a downward motion and I extend this, I can actually rake the knuckle of the little finger on the board and hit that swivel. And boy, you hit that swivel, that's a quick way to learn. You won't do it again. That happens just once usually. You really don't want to do that for obvious reasons. So when you hit this, be sure the bag's in the right position, and the fist, what I'm going to show you now is a downward double elbow strike, and where the fist is going to come in here. Elbow fist, you want that fist to make contact on the belly of the bag. This is the downward double elbow strike, elbow fist, here. Outward, downward, double elbow strike, that's an outward double elbow strike, downward, outward, downward, outward, inward, outward, downward. Okay, now, for the downward double elbow strike, what you want to do for linking on this, notice I hit with the elbow, and the fist comes down, and my arm is pointing down. You don't want to leave it this way. As soon as this fist makes contact, get it back up here. Particularly if you're going to let this fist go through to the other side. If you're not going to link this fist, then you're anticipating what you're going to do. When you hit it, just have it come back up quickly. But if you're going to link it, as soon as you make contact, get that elbow straight. Because you want to do this. From here, if you try to let the fist go through with the elbow in the down position, okay, if you get up here and you try to go through, what's going to happen is this arm is going to go down this way. Okay, there is no punch in the speed bag from down here. What's going to happen is it's going to come up this way. Okay, so as soon as you hit, you don't want to be here, you want to get the arm up. Downward double elbow strike. Now, we move this to the downward triple elbow strike by adding the fist in front of the elbow. Here, fist, elbow, fist. Downward triple elbow strike. This is the fun one to play with. Okay, outward triple, downward. Elbow, fist, 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 elbow, fist. Remember we had outward triple elbow strikes non-stop here, this way. Now downward triple. And you can mix them. mixing those together is a really good practice combination to really learn to move your elbows around the bag. Now what do we have here? Downward triple elbow strike, fist, fist, double punch with an elbow in the front. Okay, that's all you have. So again, you have the same linking options. Lead fist, second fist, both. And all the rules for the front double punch, again, apply here. Okay? Lead fist, second fist, second, second. Notice they alternate, and both. Okay. Now, the downward elbow strikes is one of my favorite technique categories, actually, and I link from that a lot. And there's a safety feature here that I really want to tell you about. Very quickly, if you do downward elbow strikes and wear eyeglasses, don't wear these. Take them off, and here's why. You have these on. Ooh, I can see again. You have these on. Your lead fist hits. Your elbow comes down, and the thumb of this fist coming down can catch the rim of your glasses and carry them right off your nose. Just like this. Now, obviously you don't want that to happen. And it took me many years of doing this to think, well, you know, it won't happen to me because I know what I'm doing. I've ruined so many pairs of glasses doing this that I never hit in glasses anymore. And we're going to see another elbow strike in just a minute with the same downward feature. Okay, so if you've listened to anything I've ever said to you about speed bag, please listen to me on this one. Don't do downward movements with glasses on. Okay? Let me be the one that's broken 8 or 9 pairs of glasses before I finally learned my lesson and took them off. Okay. It's going to happen to you. Please don't do that. Now we're going to move on to the elbow strikes that actually have all 4 parts. These are kind of fun. We're going to add the other elbow in. Every elbow strike we've done has been 3. We've used to a triple elbow strike. Now I'm going to move to the 4-way elbow strikes. We're going to use all 4 parts. On this first one, it's going to be elbow fist, elbow fist. I'm going to join the double elbow strikes together to create the new technique. Okay, here's how it works. I'm going to do the out and down 4-way elbow strike. I'm going to take the outward double elbow strike here and the downward here. Here they are in combination with 3 rebounds in between. Instead of 3, now I use 1. One long motion. Oh yeah. Now, when I do this, I'm going to have to wait on that last fist to come through. But what do I have here? I have a double punch with an elbow in front and an elbow in the middle. And there's an interesting fist elbow double strike in here. But the same linking options that we have with double punch you have here. They have to wait a while to see all this happen because there's a lot of motion. Lead fist through. Lead fist is my left. Okay. Second fist is my right. Oh, now I've alternated. Same way. Right through, left through, and both. So here again, the old front double punch shows us lead fist, second fist, both. That's the way it works. That's the out and down 4-way elbow strike. Now that 4 beat gives us another accent to play with. So now we have single beats here, double beats, triple beats, and 4 beats. Okay, that's just the different sounds that are available on the speed bag. And we can mix those in the triplet rhythm or the double bounce rhythm. I'm telling you, this is an awesome piece of rhythm equipment. The next 4-way elbow strike is the out and in 4-way elbow strike. I'm going to take the same outward motion, elbow fist, and join with 1 rebound, the inward fist elbow. Like this. Okay. And you can do outward triple, inward 4. I don't use the four-way very much, the out and in four-way, except to finish off combinations. If I'm hitting, I'm doing a lot of linking, and I'm ready to stop. I'll be doing something like this, then I just walk away after that. I finish with that. And sometimes I leave the elbow in there to stop the bag. Just stop. Okay. Those are the four-way elbow strikes. Now, I want to finish up the elbows by showing you the side triple elbow strike. Now, I'm about to go into the side techniques anyway, so I'm going to borrow from a couple of these techniques and just show you the side triple elbow strike. What's going to happen, I've been taking the outward double, elbow fist, and a fist from the front, or an elbow strike. Now I'm going to use a side single punch from the side of the bag, here. Okay? Elbow, fist, fist. But instead of coming from the front, this way, I'm going to come from the side. And what that does is offer a whole new opportunity for combinations, because when I hit the side of the bag with the single punch, it comes to the front. It will return after 2 rebounds. Okay? That way. And anytime I would use an outward triple elbow strike, I can use the side triple elbow strike, because the only difference is the single punch from the side of the bag here. So instead of going like this, now, okay, so I can join those two. Anytime you use the outward triple elbow strike, you can use the side triple elbow strike. That's really all I'm going to show with the side triple elbow strike at this point, because when we move into the side techniques, I'm going to show you how we actually build that technique and can mix off a lot of different combinations from it. Okay, but what I want to do right here is a slow elbow combination for you and try to pick out the different elbow strikes. Then I'll show you some of the elbow combinations in slow motion. Okay, so you want to pick out the elbow techniques, then we'll go slow it down. Here we go. Okay, this is a good place to stop and see some of those combinations a little bit slower. This first combination we'll look at will be a reverse double punch, and the lead fist will go up and do the downward double elbow strike. And now from behind, we'll see the downward double elbow strike and how the fist passes through to the back, and the key is the arm position being held parallel. Here we have the setup position for the downward triple elbow strike, and the second fist links to reverse single punch, and here's why you don't want to wear your glasses when you do this technique. Here we have the setup technique for the out and down four-way elbow strike. 4 parts hitting with 1 rebound in between and linking to reverse fist roll. Here we'll have a reverse double punch, both fists passing to the front. The setup for the out and down four-way elbow strike. And at this point, the technique could exactly be the downward triple elbow strike. Fist, elbow, fist. Here we'll see the out and down four-way elbow strike from behind. The setup, notice the hands are pretty close together. Elbow, fist, elbow, fist. This will be a totally different set of combinations. The outward triple elbow strike, elbow, fist, fist, with both fists passing to reverse double punch. Returning to the front, this is the setup to the out and in four-way elbow strike. Elbow. At this point, it could actually be an inward triple elbow strike. Fist, fist, elbow. And here we'll have several out and in four-way combinations. 4 parts hitting with 1 rebound in between. There's a lot of shoulder rotation in this combination. Now we'll see the side triple elbow strike, which starts with the outward elbow fist and then has a side single punch. Then after 2 rebounds, we have the downward triple elbow strike. Then after 3 rebounds, another side triple elbow strike. And at this point, we go to an outward triple elbow strike. That all happens pretty quick. Staying with the side triple elbow strike, we'll see a combination from below. I call this a triple-triple. It's fairly advanced. Side triple elbow strike, side triple elbow strike, followed by a downward triple elbow strike. This happens very fast because they occur in the double bounce rhythm. And here we'll see continuous outward triple elbow striking, elbow fist fist. Okay, I want to move on now to the 6 techniques from the side of the bag. We had a little bit of that with the side triple elbow strike. I want to start off from the side talking about the hook punch. The hook punch is going to bring the front of the fist into the side of the bag. And on the straight punch, when we hit the front of the bag, now what we're going to do is take that same contact over here. Hit it from the side. To get into this, you might want to start with a circle punch and hit a hook punch. And the hook is going to come across the body this way. Okay, it's actually the power of this punch, and it can be a very powerful punch, comes from the hip and swiveling on the ball of the foot this way. If you really get into throwing this hard, you don't want to throw it hard to learn though. Just take it real easy right now. Circle punch, hook punch, and after 4 rebounds, hook punch. Hooking, hooking, 4 rebounds. It takes 4 because every hook comes from the opposite side. Just like reverse front, now side to side, 4 rebounds. You can use 2, but 2 is very difficult to complete this full motion in 2 rebounds. It becomes very awkward. Okay, it's hard to do that. So use 4. It's a nice pleasing count. We can get into the hook from a circle punch, left circle punch, 1, 2, 3, right hook. Now once I start hooking, I'll show you how to get into the hook from some other techniques in a second. Once you start hooking, how do you get out of it? Well, there's several ways we can do this. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of ways. I'm going to hook, and I'm looking at the left side of the board, your right side. I hook, I'm going to hold this position, so I call this hook and hold. I'm going to hook and hold the position. Watch what happens. My right fist hits the bag. 1, 2, 3, and at this point, I can just recircle this fist and connect. So, okay, right hook and hold, right 2, 3, hit. Hook, 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 hold, 2, 3, hit. Hook, hook, hold, hit. Okay, so I do a right hook, then a right circle punch. Okay, and it's easier to do that hook and hold with your same fist. Right hook and hold, right circle punch. Left side, left, okay, hold, 1, 2, 3, hit. All right, I'll show you that from this angle. Now I'm going to hold, there. Hook, hook, left hook, and back. All right, that's hook and hold. Now I'm going to do a hook and rotate. I'm going to hook with my right fist, and after I hook, I'm going to rotate and face the other side of the board. What's going to happen is I'm going to hook. The bag's going to go 1, 2, 3, and after that 3rd rebound, I can actually rotate with it. As it goes this way, I move and come back with the same fist after 4 rebounds. Right hook, right, left, now. Right rotate, hit. Right 2, 3, 4, right. And get right back into the basic rhythm. Okay, from this angle, I'm going to hook here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here. Right, rotate, boom. right hook, right circle punch. But when you rotate, you can actually let the other fist come in also. Right hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, left straight punch. Right hook, 4, straight punch with the opposite hand. Do that one time from this way. Left hook, 2, 3, 4, straight punch with my right. I hit left hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, rotated. Right, at this point I use it as a straight punch and get right into the basic rhythm. Now another thing I can do with that, when I hook and rotate, I can come back with either fist because of the motion of the body. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a left straight punch or right circle punch. Now another thing I can do is a little advanced move here is I can do a right hook, and at this time if I hold, show you from this angle, if I hook and hold 1, 2, 3, after 4 rebounds and I've held, I'm looking this way, the bag is in perfect position for my right elbow to hit it. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go to an outward double elbow strike. You can use a single if you want to. Actually, when you've done that, now I'm going to do this. I'm going to hook here. Okay, and after that elbow strike hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, elbow strike, I can come right into another hook with the other fist. I'm going to elbow with my left hook, left, right hook. Start right back into it. And what I did there was I joined that outward double elbow strike instead of a hook after 3 rebounds. I did an outward triple elbow strike. And that third fist can now act as the hook. Okay? So, hook, hook, hook. Alright, hook, hook. Outward triple, with this fist, and that's the hook. So you can let the second fist of a front double punch or the last fist of the outward triple elbow strike begin your hook sequence. Hook is a really powerful punch, and I encourage you to really work with that one because it's a lot of fun to get in and out of, and you can really put some power in that thing. Okay. After the hook, let's look at the side single punch. Side single punch is going to bring the area of the index finger, the large knuckle of the index finger, which is the same point as the reverse single punch, into the side of the bag. Okay, from here, side single punch, and the secret is from the ready position, instead of going all the way to the back, now what I'm going to do is move this elbow back from here, actually from the ready position, just extend your fist out until the fist points right at the side of the bag. Okay, from here, side of the bag, I'm going to make contact here. This is the reverse single punch. This is the side area. Okay, side single punch. Most important thing to learn about using this technique is how it goes to the 3 sides. It comes to if you hit side, same side, 3 rebounds. If I do side to reverse, because of the angle of the fist contact, I can go to the reverse single punch after 3 rebounds. Side punch, reverse punch. Okay? Side punch, reverse punch. 3 rebounds. The side single punch comes to the front of the bag after 2 rebounds. Side single, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, hit in the front. So the side single punch returns to the front of the bag after 2 rebounds. That's going to be real important with this next technique called the side double punch. Now this is one of the key techniques. I'm taking a little off the side single punch because you can work with that one, but the side double punch is a very important technique. You have 3 core techniques on the speed bag. You have the front double punch, reverse double punch, now you have the side double punch. And this is the first technique where we're going to join the parts to create the technique from different sides of the bag. the lead fist actually hits the front of the bag, second fist hits the side of the bag. Here, start circle punch with your left hand, get your other fist out here ready for the side double punch. I'm going to hang it out here. Now, 1, 2, 3, boom, side single punch follows a front circle punch on 3 rebounds. Left circle punch, right side single punch. Now, 1 rebound. Now at this point, when I do this technique, the lead fist hits the front, the second fist hits the side, and what I do normally is I'm going to bring this fist to the front of the bag, so I'll end up with both fists in front of the bag. From here I can do this. Or I can do a front double punch. Notice I'm doing a left-right side double punch, right-left front double punch. Now I'm going to do a right-left double punch, and after 3 rebounds, side double punch. You can really hear the difference between the triplet beat. Front double punch to side double punch takes 3 rebounds in between. 1, 2, 3, and that happens because the second fist of the front double punch. Get this straight. Second fist of the front double punch hits the front of the bag. The lead fist of the side double punch hits the front of the bag. Okay. Now, the best way to learn control of the side double punch is to let the second fist continue hitting. That's the easiest, and see where it goes. Okay. Angle, second fist goes, and now I'll let that fist lead the next side double punch. Okay, now we had a front reverse split fist, and you can have a side split fist. I didn't show you that with the side single punch, but I'll show you how to get into that from the side double punch. Slightly unstable. I wouldn't waste too much time right now on side-to-side split fist, but it is a possible combination here. Okay, let the second fist of the side double punch take off and see where it goes. I hit from the same side. Now I'll go to the back. Okay, now I'll go to the front. Then do the same thing with the lead fist. I said side first because it's easier. Now let the lead fist do the same thing. Go to the other side. Then just let it pass through and see where it goes. Now the second fist, if you let your lead fist take off, your second fist can either stay on that side or you can bring it to the front. It's up to you. You always have the option to move it around. You really want to get excellent control of the side double punch. Now side double punch to side double punch is a fascinating combination. This is the way it looks. It happens on 2 rebounds. Now what am I doing? Very simply, from here, side double punch position, this. That's all I'm doing. Don't even have to concentrate. If this lead fist hits the bag, it should happen automatically. Boom, 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 just like this. And then from that's an excellent combination to practice. Then you want to move into doing front reverse. And from the reverse double punch, we can get to a side double punch on 2 rebounds. Now why? Very quickly again, the second fist of this reverse double punch hits the back of the bag. The first fist of the side double punch hits the front of the bag. So that takes 2 rebounds because you have back, front. That's what makes that work on 2 rebounds. The lead fist of that reverse double punch doesn't matter. The second fist of the side double punch doesn't matter. What you're looking at is the second fist of this technique and the lead surface of the next technique. So this takes 2 rebounds. Okay, now a combination front to back, side to side. that with single fist linking. This gets fairly complicated. This is a very smooth acting rhythm, and once you learn single fist linking, either lead fist, second fist, this becomes very natural motion. So don't let it confuse you right now, because you can move to this in a few weeks. Possible combinations with that. So one thing I want to finish up side double punch by saying, play with it a lot. It's a core technique. You really want to get good control of it. The next technique I'm going to move to, I've already covered a little bit, the side triple elbow strike. Because the core feature of the side triple elbow strike is the side double punch. Now what I'm going to do, you remember I showed you in the elbow strike, I went outward double elbow strike, elbow fist, fist, side single punch. Another way to look at that is an elbow with a side double punch. All right? Now take the side double punch motion and just put the elbow in. Put the elbow in. Have to allow a little bit more room for it. That extra beat offers us an extra sound to play with. But if you learn the side double punch, then the side triple elbow strike is exactly the same. There's nothing different. You just have to make room for the elbow strike. Okay, that's the way the speed bag works. If I can do this, I can do that with the elbow strike. Same thing. You can use the side triple elbow strike with the downward elbow strikes and the outward elbow strikes. Side, side, down. Side, side, outward. And the beauty of all this comes in when you do single fist and double fist linking, front to back, side to side, and then add in a triple elbow strike every once in a while. This is how it works. Okay, I'm doing this. Or maybe a fist roll just for fun. Side double punch. Okay, just mixing those techniques together like that. Okay, the side triple elbow strike, you can do the same combinations as you do with the side double punch. Side triple elbow strike to reverse double punch, 3 rebounds. Same thing as this. Okay. I'm going to move on from the side triple elbow strike now to finish up with the side techniques, the 2 most difficult techniques on the bag. I don't want to spend too much time on these because you've got so much you can do already. There's 22 techniques I've covered so far. You've got plenty of things to do. Until you can understand that last combination I did, you really don't need to worry about these techniques, but I want to show them to you so you'll be aware they exist. Okay? The reverse side double punch. The side double punch actually is a front side. Now I'm going to take this fist over here, be a reverse side. This is a typical technique because you're blind to the lead fist. And you have to anticipate this technique and get the one fist over to the side. The best way to do this, start out with reverse single punching and have this fist for the side ready. Okay? Best way to combine this to learn it is to have a front double punch. Let the second fist go to the back to lead it. The second fist is my left fist. My lead fist is right. It's going to hit and go to the side. My left fist went to the back. Now, the second fist hits the front of the bag. The lead fist of this combination is going to hit the back. Happens on 2 rebounds. Okay? And what you can do after that is then, just for fun, I got to this point, and I'm here. Now I'm going to let this this fist, the left fist, go to the side of the bag and let the fist that came from the side, follow this now, fist that came from the side is going to circle punch to the back, and now I've changed positions. Left, right, 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 left, left. Left, right, right, left, left. And here. Okay, let's play with that. The reverse side double punch. From that, I want to move on to the hardest technique on the speed bag, at least for me. It's the side reverse double punch. Now I'm going to lead with the side fist. Instead of going back side, I'm going to side back. This is really awkward because it's the only technique that leads from the side of the bag. Okay, so I play with this a few times, but don't really worry about it until you can do a lot of the other things before it. But you need to know it exists here. From this position, side single punch. After one rebound, the reverse single punch joined together after one rebound. Front to side linking. Okay. Another thing you can do, the combination I find the easiest with this technique is a front double punch, side reverse. A minute ago, I just showed you the front double punch. The lead fist goes to the side, the second fist went to the back. At that point, I led with the side, with the reverse fist. Okay? Right, left, left, right. Now I'm going to get to the same position, but I'm going to change the order that I come back. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right side, left behind. Reverse side, side reverse. Here again, it's fairly awkward. Go from the front double punch to the side double punch. It happens on 3 rebounds. Okay? Now, that pretty much completes 24 techniques. What I'm going to do now is just a quick combination. Do it slowly, mixing these together. Now, I'm not going to use a reverse side or the side reverse. Just going to mix some of these together and try to watch and pick out. Some of this you're not going to be able to do at this level yet. Just try to watch and pick out, just when you can, a certain technique and which fist linked to go to somewhere else, okay? We'll go slow. I'm going to mix in some triple elbow strikes with this too. Split fist. Side split fist. Stop here for just a second and look at some of the side techniques, slow motion. We'll start out by looking at continuous side triple elbow striking to the out and down 4-way. The secret to this elbow striking combination is keeping the elbows up in the close to parallel position. especially when the last fist sets up for the out and down four-way. Now we'll see the hook and hold from the front view. Have a right fist hooks, I hold that position, and after 3 rebounds, front circle punch. Now we'll see how to begin the hooking sequence after an outward triple elbow strike. Elbow, fist, fist, and this fist can actually act as the hook fist to start hooking, just changing the angle of punching from front to back. The front double, side double, and reverse double punch can all be mixed together in various different combinations. Here we'll see the front double punch. Notice how the lead fist goes to the side. The second fist sets up to lead the side double punch. It actually hits the front of the bag. Here's the side fist. And after 3 rebounds, both fists are behind the bag for the reverse double punch. That all happens in the triplet rhythm. After 2 rebounds, both fists return to the front, and we can repeat the sequence non-stop. Front double punch, side double, and after 3 rebounds, reverse double. That's a great practice combination to gain control of those 3 techniques. And so is this one. Now we'll mix them together in the double bounce rhythm. This is one of the fastest, most fascinating speed bag combinations yet. Front double punch, reverse double punch. Now the lead fist of that reverse double punch goes to the side double punch, side double punch. That entire combination occurs in the double bounce rhythm. You have to keep your elbows up. Now we'll make it a little more difficult and just use single fist linking to mix these double punches together. We have a front double punch, and the second fist goes behind for reverse single punch. It comes back to the front, and I'm set up for the side double punch. Now I'll do another side double punch, and the lead fist of that technique goes out to the side. The second fist does a front circle punch and passes to the back. Now both fists join together for the reverse double punch. That happens pretty quick in the double bounce rhythm. Here it is again, non-stop. Okay. Front double, reverse single, side double punch. Now side double punch, front circle punch to behind the bag, reverse double punch. Now with this front double punch, we could start the sequence all over again. It's a great. And finally, to get to the reverse side double punch, we have to pass a fist through to behind the bag. Here I'll use an outward triple elbow strike, and the lead fist will pass to the back. The second fist will go to the side for the reverse side double punch. Okay, that completes 24 techniques on the speed bag, and this is just a general, really introduction tape, and I've reached about my 2-hour limit. But I want to leave you with what's called advanced fist rolling. What I'm going to do, instead of an outward triple elbow strike to a fist roll on 3 rebounds, here, this would be 3, I'm going to use 1. I'm going to let the last fist of this elbow technique actually be the first fist of the roll. It's doing double duty here, and I can do this from a downward triple or an outward. Downward, again, fist, elbow, fist. That last fist is also the first fist of the roll. Okay, advanced fist roll. Now, practice the information that I've shown you on this, and after you learn how to do the basic punching and most of the techniques from around the bag really focus on the double fist techniques, because the core techniques and the secret to advanced speed bag control comes off the reverse double punch, front double punch, and side double punch. If you can do the 3 linking options, lead fist, second fist, both, from those 3 techniques, everything else is a piece of cake. I guarantee you. I've taught many people how to hit the speed bag, and I have seen that once they pick up on those 3 techniques and make them work for them, everything else is very, very simple. All the elbow strikes come off of those, everything. So okay, see, by the time here I have to get off, I have really enjoyed making this tape. I hope I've given you enough information to go to your bag and start practicing. And for 3 or 4 weeks you ought to be able to just inch back through this tape piece by piece and get new ideas and learn new combinations. Okay? I really hope this tape has helped you, and if it has, then please tell your friends and your training partners about it. And if you'd like to see a lot more of these developed in total, then I suggest that you pick up your own copy of the Speed Bag Bible, because even though it's in book form, I go into explanations about the techniques and the combinations and have hundreds, over 400 practice exercises in here. And I also tell you how to use the speed bag for martial arts training, both hand techniques and kicking. So if you don't know where to get a copy of this, there'll be an address come up at the end of this tape that you can write to order your own copy. And if you send along a request, when I get that, I'll be happy to personally autograph one just for you. This really, if you enjoy the speed bag, it's a must book for you to have. Okay. The last thing I want to say before I quit is, please, when you get to your bag, train safely. Take your eyeglasses off for the downwards. Keep your fists up in the proper position. Punch slowly and softly. Emphasize control, not speed. Speed will come. I guarantee you, if you'll train, like I said, 20, 30 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week, and before long, you'll be moving your fist entirely around the bag with very little problem. Okay? The last thing I want to say is, as you practice the speed bag, I guarantee you, the more you do it, the more the rhythm is going to get you. Thanks for watching.